Okay, okay. A very good day, everyone. I am Hong Long. I am very excited to explore the emerging market for green bond in Malaysia. As an investor, my role is to research and select the most suitable green bond for our investor portfolio. I understand that the issuer will present their green bond to me, and the rating agency will calculate their credit, and the regulator please ensure the green bond market are going well with the following uh, standard. So let we started. So what we want to issue to me, issuer?
All right. Hello too, and a very good day too. I'm Citresha Avila, and I'm the issuer in East Spring Investment Bank, which is in this bank, in our bank, is actually targeting and aims for the green bonds to be a bigger project because this green bond project is actually towards the eco-friendly and sustainability of environment. And this green bonds is actually working like any other of corporate government bonds, like government bonds or any bonds that you know that exist in the market cap. So I would like to issue with you green bond uh, the green bond project. So so you know that green bond project is not only you are investing in bonds, but it is actually helping a lot of people in terms of changing the pet to a better environment and using better energy efficiently. So I think that's all from part of issuer. There's any other explanation of information we could hear from the rating agencies and the regulator itself.
All right. Thank you for the information from the issuer. I'm Ladiana Boni. I will give you the rating agency that responsible to creditworthiness of the different green bond issuer and also the bonds, and give the reflects the level of risk associated with the green bond. So as we know, the green bond financing has expanded significantly during the past few years. Differences exist in how the define green bond because to provide more granularity and continuity in evaluation, many certification produced have developed. Compared to the conventional bonds, green bonds have often been valued higher upon issue, but over the time, the secondary market has seen equal performance from both types of bonds. Uh, a substantial portion of the green bonds are found in industry where there are credit concern connected to the environment. So the market may grow more quickly if the green bond rules were to across of the country. So that that was that's from that's all from me. How about the regulator?
Yeah, thank you, rating agency. A very good day to everyone. My name is Tanusha Rajendran. I am the regulator for this bond. My responsibility as a regulator is to offer clear instructions to market participants on how to issue or invest in green bonds, which includes guidelines, regulation, and standards. It addresses a variety of issues, including qualifying standards, reporting requirements, and disclosure duties. I can help develop a vibrant and trustworthy green bonds market by giving clear instructions, guidelines, and norms and standards by promoting investments that support sustainable projects that contribute to tackling environmental concern. Yeah, that's all from me. So, how about further information?
So for further information, I think I would like to ask everyone, each of one is, why did you think that green bonds is actually giving a benefit for the issuer, to the rating agency itself, to the regulator, and to the investor as well? And I am having a curiosity about why, as an investor, you would like to invest in these green bonds actually, even you know that this green bond is giving changes in environment and helping a lot of people in some things like giving a better nature and some sorts of that.
Thank you for the information. Actually, for our investor, we are very glad to invest, get the opportunity to invest in the green bond. This means we can participate in the related industry, like recycle and to another 3R, to build our environment better and to set our world to for our next generation have a better future. But actually, as a real investor, finally and to the end, we will only focus the risk and return. So I before we proceed, could the issuer provide me with some additional information about the duration and the year of your loan book? Because as an investor, I need to calculate the potential return and the investment polygon, because I need this information to do the decision, is I really need to invest in the green bond. Is for my is the problem for me.
All right. The information has to be given by the regulator itself, because I think as an investor, or if I as an issuer also need to know what standard that we have to meet when we are investing and issued these green bonds actually. So why not we hear from more from the rating agencies and regulator itself, because we cannot see the green bonds itself like just a regular bond. We need to invest and issue. So I think we need to hear more about why rating agencies giving a rating credibility of these green bonds itself, and for the regulator, and what standard they have given to require as an investor and as an issuer to these green bonds. So I think I would like to hear more from both of them actually.
All right. Okay. Uh, from the green bond, we can see how the green bond works, because the green bonds work just like any other corporate or government bonds, where the borrower issue the securities to secure in financing for the projects that will have a positive environmental impact, such as the ecosystem restoration or reducing the pollution. So the investor who purchased these bonds can expect to make a profit as the bond matures. In addition, there are often tax benefit for investing in the green bond. So the we can know the green bond also come with the tax incentive, such as tax exemp- exemptions and tax credit, with making them more attractive investment versus comparable taxable bond. These tax advantages provide a monetary incentive to tackle a prominent social issue such as climate change and a movement toward to renewable source of energy. To qualify for the green bond status, they are often verified by a third party such as uh, the Climate Bond Standard Board, which the certificate that the bond will fund projects that include benefit to the environment. Uh, how about the regulator? What is uh, your addition information?
Yeah, I would like to add on the benefits of green bonds. First of all, I like to focus on the reputation and branding. Issuing green bonds can enhance the reputation and brand image of companies and governments. It demonstrates their commitment to sustainability and attracts socially responsible investors, potentially improving access to capital and reducing borrowing costs. Just now our investor told about growth, right? So I like to add on about that. Um, um, the green bond market has seen significant growth in recent years, driven by increasing investors' demand for sustainable investments. Green bonds provide an revenue for investors to align their portfolios with their sustainability goals and support the transition to a low carbon economy. Lastly, I would like to focus on the slip over, sorry, slip, slip, slip over effects. The growth of the green bonds market can have a slip, no slip, slip over effects by promoting sustainability practices beyond the bond issuance itself. It can encourage companies and organizations to adopt more sustainable practices and their strategies in their overall operation. Yeah, I think these are the benefit of the green bonds.
All right. So I think I heard well from them, and actually I got what is it? Like current happening issue that happened in just last month on May 2023, where Shell face some activists that come forward to them, tell them about the renewable energy and energy efficient consumption. So actually, in this case and in this situation, it shows that the green bonds project uh, having a high demand because since it's related to the environment, so some of the activists is actually looking towards to the invest and issued in the green bonds actually. So as an issuer here, why I prefer to invest or issued in these green bonds, because for the for as the investment bank itself, we seek for the project, that big project, that sustainability towards the environment and towards the community itself. Because when we are doing the sustainable project, it's are actually equal to the our goals towards what we want to achieve during this climate crisis during this day. So basically, that's what an issuer want from the investor itself and the other companies or investment bank. So basically, that's what issuer want, and I don't know in what perspective investor would like to see about the green bonds itself.
Thank you for your available insight from issuer. For me, green bond is a valuable opportunity to invest. Uh, this is because we can see, just like regulator just now he showed, the green bond market is development very well, and the market is going up. So this is why this is one reason why we choose the green bond to invest. And this is one more important problem that we concerned by our investor. Do you know greenwashing? This is meaning to say there are some bond. There are no green bond, but they say they are trying to say they are green bond. Are trying to cheat our investors to invest to them. This usually happen in China. So how the rating agency and regulator advise is happening in Malaysia? How you guys to protect our investor by provide the correct information for our investor to do the investment decided decision. This is the problem for me.
Thank you, Mr. Long. I would like to give my points about the issue. Okay, to ensure the credibility and then transparency of green bonds, the regulator, as the regulator, establish a process for checking and approving these instruments. Market participants, including bond issuer, are required to submit their green bonds offering for evaluation to ensure that they meet the defined criteria. The regulator may employ independent third-party experts or establish an internal the division are responsible for the verification process. One example of the third-party expert in this field is the Climate Bonds Initiative. The Climate Bond Initiative is an international organization that promotes and supports investment in a low carbon and climate resilient projects. They have developed the climate bond standard, which provides guidelines and criteria for the certifying green bonds. The organizations assess bond issuers and their projects to determine if they are aligned with the established criteria. So if the bond meets the required standards, the Climate Bonds Initiative issues the certification providing assurance to the investors that the bond is genuinely green. So that's mean the bond is totally secure and safety lah. Yeah, that's all from my side.
Okay, that's a good information from the regulator. I want to add on some uh, about the financial performance over the time for the green bonds. Okay, the from my side, I can see the return to investor from green bond will reflect their performance over time, in particular when investors do not intend to simply hold them until maturity, because the average premium at issuance will not necessarily translate into the noticeable underperformance in secondary market trading. Investors in the secondary market may well price in a different uh, premium from the primary market investor, because many investors will also interested in the realized volatility of the green bond as a metric of the financial performance. So, the green bonds in this state are a good starting point to analyze the secondary market performance of the green bonds from the investor perspective, because the green bond uh, in this state the contain a diversified bordered about the portfolio of bonds, so they can provide a good means to of the comparison with the performance of other bonds in this state, that are suitable for a wide range of investors. So this means we'll give the return in the US dollar that can be achieved by hedging the currency exposure of the underlying index. So as the green bond indices differ notably from other global bonds in their currency composition. So the currency movement alone can have the outside impact on the relative return.
Yes, I would like to add on one more point on investors' question. So, as a regulator, I adopt some efforts to increase transparency and reduce dangers in the green bond market to safeguard the investors. This may include disclosure rules for the issuers, ensuring that investors receive accurate and true information regarding the green bonds. As the regulator, I can create standards to avoid fraud or misleading methods such as greenwashing. That's now our investor talking about, which falsely protects bonds as environmental friendly. As the regulator, I encourage market integrity and investor trust in green bonds by implementing investors protection measures. So I think these kind of methods that will help the Malaysia to make sure that bond is safe and safety lah from my side. Thank you.
All right. I think that the four of us are looking towards the benefits of the green bonds itself. But for investor, I would like to ask, is it you think that green bonds will give you high return, but in a way that less risk?
For our investor, this is a really difficult question. Because for investor, we always want to achieve a high return with the low risk level. But for green bond, we also be one of the choosing in our investor deal because we want to uh, reduce our risk. Even their return is lower than other normal bond because we want to do more how to say more investor no only in only invest our money in one investment. So Greenbow will be one of our choosing. And this is one more question. Thank you sharing the information by the rating agency and regulator. But this is one more question. By considering the stability and environment impact from the green bond, now I will like to discuss the bond structure and any potential secondary market liquidity and the green bond tradable and how easily can they to buy or sell in the market.
So now you are asking for the regulator and the rating agency, is it?
I am asking about the liquidity for the green bond because if if I can easily to buy or sell the green bond in the market, it actually will increase the level. We will more prefer to the green bond if the liquidity is higher than other investment.
Okay, all right. I think I could answer your question here because of the one you are the one you're asking for liquidity is actually part of the disadvantage that issuer face because the terms of lack of credit rating is one of the things which is when issuer issue these bonds for a longer period time. Let's say I issued this bond around 10 or 11 years. But in that period of times, it may fail to offer liquidity to some investor, which these green projects is actually require a more extended period to deliver the returns to the investor and to the issuer itself. And then not only caused by the lack of credit rating, but it also because of the interest rate fluctuations, market volatility, lower returns, and the changes in the issuer's financial stability, which affect the price of bonds that inversely proportional to the interest rates. So the situation happens when the bond price are increased, but the interest rate decrease. But the things happen same, but vice versa, which is bond price decrease, interest rates increase. That's the reason why it's actually like related to the liquidity because when we are invest or issued in the period long time of period in the green bonds, it may fell the price. It may like having a fell in the price as well. So I think that's the problem there.
Okay.
Any
I want to add uh some additional information. Uh, what if the question is whether green bonds can provide an instrument for investor to hedge against this environmental related to financial risk? If there is materialized bonds from issuer is pollution sector may be subject to significant revolution to the extent that issuer of the green bond are better uh, against large revolutions, they could serve as an efficient risk management instrument. But this need not uh, not be in the case because the green bond generally comprise investor claims on the entity overall the operations. A large and diversified energy company may invest a considerable amount in green projects, but other parts of its business uh, may expose to the environmental related to the credit risk, such as the charge in carbon regulations. So there are also be green bonds whose income stream is vulnerable to climate change quite apart from the transition risk. For example, wind farm subject to the flood risk. In this case, at almost all the green bond, the exposure to environmental related credit risk is a function of the entire company business. So the only few green bonds are project bonds. So where we can claims on the cash flow of the finance green project itself. I think that's from my edition. How about others?
I think there's no additional information that I could add on because the statement is already like from the green bonds itself. And actually for the issuer, we only take the risk because of we know that even it's less risk to the investor, but it seems like when the green bonds are actively in involved in the market, it's actually very good for the community, for the investor, rating agencies, and the regulator itself, because it will be part of changes in the mother nature. So I think it's good for you to invest. It's good for you to rate the bonds. It's good for you to know what standard or the quality that need to meet at this green bond. So as issue also, I see this one of the advantage I should issue for the investor in this green bonds project.
Yes, but I believe that some of the public right must not aware about the green bond market right. We as the finance students, we aware that we are studying about this green bond, what is the finance corporate right. So how about the public that doesn't know about the green bond market? What kind of the precautions that we can take, and no precautions or actions that we can take to ensure the public might know about this green bond market? So you guys think what kind of activities they can conduct? You guys have any ideas? Or shall I start the point first?
May you start the point first, because you are like raise this issue up, so maybe you could get some idea for that.
Yeah, I do have some points to have to this. I think the government can do they can conduct workshops or seminars or training programs to increase the awareness and understanding of the green bond market to the public. As the regulator, I can also collaborate with the industry stakeholder or issuer or investors to promote the best practices or and share the knowledge in sustainable finance. So I think the e-spring investment can bring this issue to the BOD so they can proceed the actions. Yeah, this is um, one of my suggestion lah for this.
So for my part, I think as we know that not all of people are really good in technology, and not all people are really understand how to analyze the investment strategy and everything that included in, or in terms of financial services or something like that. They know about easy stage of financial services, which is like banking or maybe some of exchange traded money, only that, and like mutual funds, saving money, pool of money. They only know about the little things. But why not we just like being a part of the students or community that know about this, let them know by having a large speak up with them, like having a meeting, having awareness among them, especially for the youth out there. I think we better having a talk, like simply talk, like gossiping, but use gossiping in a good way. So I think that's the one I could make differences in this.
Yes, I agree with you, Ishua. That is a very good point to elaborate to take the actions.
Yeah, I also agree.
Okay, thank you for your all information that provide in this meeting. In this meeting, I am very glad to see the insurer is very patient to issue their green bond, and the rating agency and regulator they are very hardworking with their effort to build up the green bond market and trying to develop the market. So this already giving me a lot of confidence to continue to invest in the green bond. So after this meeting, I will discuss later with the issuer for the further detail with the agreement and the investment. So any additional information from you guys before we end the meeting?
I think that's all for this time, but you're free to contact me if you have any question as well.
I think I also don't have any issue about this, and you may also contact me. For investor, you can reach me in my email or in my phone number as well, so we can know that this deal are going through. So I think for the regulator and rating agency also can contact me for more details and so on. Thank you for
Yes.
your cooperation today and your time. I hope you are doing well and have a nice day.
Thank you guys for inviting me as a regulator in your investment project. Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you, everyone.